People ask the question, how is the advanced muscle integration technique different than anything out there? Well, we discovered years ago that if a muscle is overloaded beyond its ability to handle a stress, either because of lack of conditioning or because this trauma is too severe, one of two things happen. You either tear the muscle and or the nervous system deactivates the muscle to protect it, much like a circuit breaker would in an electrical circuit. If the circuit overloads, the circuit breaker blows to protect it. The nervous system is designed along those same lines. What happens when a muscle overloads, it shuts down proprioceptively or neurologically, and so it will still fire under passive range of motion, but if you put any kind of stress against the muscle, it will give way. If you continue to stress that muscle, you'll get pain at the attachments, which is the common cause of joint pain or muscle pain. So what the central nervous system does is compute an adaptive strategy by throwing stress into the muscle next to it. So in essence, other tissues take on more load for the muscle systems that aren't working properly. If you're successful in that adaptation, your pain goes away and you have this false sense that everything's fine. But when you adapt, you lose a level of efficiency, and at the elite level, that can mean the difference between a win and a loss. But that adapted muscle oftentimes becomes the next site of injury. So we go from one injury to the next, and before long, there's an area there's nothing left to adapt with, and that's when we end up with chronic pain. The body has to create stability any way it can. So the way the body creates stability is for the muscles to splint or to tighten up. This is the reason people have chronically tight muscles, is that the body is trying to stabilize a joint. Well, you lose the flexibility of the muscle, you lose the shock absorbing ability of the muscle, and so the joint capsule takes more of the stress. And that constant stress on the joint capsule accelerates degenerative changes and leads to arthritic changes. And the whole cycle continues until you end up with complete degenerative arthritis. Anywhere along that continuum, the advanced muscle integration technique can intervene and stop the process and, in essence, reverse it. And by reactivating key muscles that have become inhibited, we take a person from a very low function to a very high function, so they have 100% access to all the muscles in their body. That becomes important if you're training for an elite event. You have 100% access to all the muscles. You have the better ability to rehab the muscles, and you take your body to a whole new level. And that's why you can function well into your 80s as long as you keep your body balanced. And that's really one of the benefits of this work.